Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Omar. I'm an owner of a flight school in Orange County, California called OC Flight Lessons. Today I have Andrew with me. He's taken his private pilot training with us. And Andrew is an engineer for NASA's JPL laboratory. Awesome, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We've had quite a few engineers at the school, but we haven't had any that work for NASA's JPL. And I think with aviation, I mean, it just goes hand in hand. That's pretty cool. So just wanted to take a minute interview for the audience and just kind of, ask some questions and get familiar. So why did you want to get your private pilot's license? What got you interested in that?
There's many reasons. I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, the idea of flying has been insane. It's been so cool. It seems so freeing to be able to just hop in a plane and go anywhere. So on top of that, my dad always wanted to be a pilot. He couldn't because he had ear issues that stopped him to get into the Air Force. So, but yeah, just, I don't know, space and aviation and all that kind of interests me. So
I'm a big space fan. I've been out towards Joshua Tree multiple times. I have a big telescope I spent way too much money on that I bought during COVID-19. It was like a $3,000 telescope. And I love space, dude. It's so awesome. I've seen some weird objects out there. I wasn't on any substance. I was, totally fine. I saw some weird stuff on multiple occasions up in the sky. That's all I'm going to say before all the conspiracy theorists get on my back on the comments. But so, dude, super excited about space. I hope someday people like you and me have the opportunity to go into space and do that. How did you transfer from the mindset of oh, that's something cool I want to do, to actually walking in here and saying, I want to do an intro flight, I want to sign up? What triggered you, or walk us through that whole process? Because it's like we all have that sit there, I wish I want to do that.
Yeah, what finally flipped the switch? Yeah, I don't know. Finances is a thing, so I had to make sure I could pay for this. So that was, I mean, I wasn't too surprised that it seemed relatively inexpensive for what you get out of becoming a pilot.
Yeah.
So
the freedom it gives you.
Exactly. So there was that, but on top of that, I don't know, I don't really like to waste too much time. So if I really, really want to do something, and if it sits in my brain for more than a month or so, or more than even a couple of days, and it's really eating at me, then I don't know, I kind of just have to flip the switch, or else you'll regret it. So
absolutely, man. That's the thing. I feel like I've always been that way too. If I have a goal in mind, and I always have had goals my whole life since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
I don't like to sit around. I'm like, no, we need to get it done yesterday. And I'm super pumped, let's get it going and stuff. So you're an engineer at NASA. I mean, when you hear that in the general public, you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Without obviously getting into too many details, personal stuff, walk us through what's it like working for NASA, and how what does your job entail? That's really cool.
It's sweet. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I started out as an intern in 2019, and that's kind of the typical route. I have too many people to thank for how I got this position, but my typical day-to-day, less than a month ago, I helped to launch a spacecraft that I've been working on called Psyche, which is essentially, we're sending a satellite up to a metal asteroid to kind of study it. We think it's a planetesimal, a core of a planet that never formed. So we're going to go up there, study it. We're going to orbit it in a couple different orbital distances. Right now, I'm working operations on that. So I get to come into the office, monitor the telemetry that's coming down, or all the data that's coming down from the spacecraft, and we get to tell it what to do, command it. And right now we're in cruise for the next 6 years, so there's not a whole lot of science going into it yet. But yeah, day to day is operations right now. So
that's pretty awesome, man. I didn't find out until I think when COVID broke out and I started really getting into space. I didn't even know what the Kuiper Belt was. I started just researching, and then there's this cool video on YouTube. I'll play it right now. Highly recommend you watch it. Have you seen that video on YouTube where they're trying to give you a perspective of the universe, and they just start zooming out,
Oh yeah.
and you can see like the super clusters, and then you can see, and then at the very end, when it's just this mind-blowing thing of how big the universe is, the comment at the end says, keep in mind, we think that this is only less than 1% of we actually think how big the universe is.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. It just blows me away. It's like, once I saw that, I started just thinking, we should be focusing on what's out there and less with these, you know, like our conflicts here on Earth with other humans and stuff. We should all be hopefully in this great fantasy world, like at peace, no wars, everyone taking care of each other, everyone really just being a good, you know, fellow citizen. And we should be focusing on out there. I feel like the answers to our future are out there. That's pretty cool, man. So that's awesome. So what are your plans for after you getting your license? Like, I know this is a hobby for you. You're not going to do it for a career as you're already established in your career. What are some bucket item lists that you want to check off once you have your license?
Good question. Wow. As we can kind of relate, whenever we have hobbies, we like to check them off and like knock them out or not hobbies, but goals. We like to knock them out as quickly as possible. Like I have a lot of other hobbies that I enjoy, like surfing, snowboarding, and like backpacking, climbing, etc., etc.
Right.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like it'd be cool to use like aviation as a tool to like expand the breadth of my hobbies and to like allow me to do more and travel to pursue hobbies such as like surfing and snowboarding.
Yeah.
So like being able to book a flight up from like, or not book, but like hop in a plane and fly up to Mammoth to go snowboarding for a weekend sounds sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Combining two hobbies in one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Using your private pilot's license to fly to Mammoth or Big Bear or like, there's an airport up a little bit north of here by Santa Barbara called Oceano.
Yeah.
And it's like right on the beach. You just land there. You could literally walk to the beach with like your surfboard and stuff. It's really cool. So that's awesome, man. Well, cool. Well, yeah, man, we're gonna check in on you from time to time. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video for the audience and just kind of do a progress check on how your training is going. Would you be open to letting the audience watch some of your training and throwing some GoPro videos in there? And
absolutely,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool too to, as a student, to have access to that because you can look at your training and just micro-analyze like what you're doing, because sometimes you'll do stuff and you're not aware you're doing it, and someone's like, "Hey, you just did this." You're like, "No, I didn't." You're like, "Yes, I did. I saw you do it." Having the camera holds you like, "Oh, like, see, you did it." So that's kind of cool having that. But awesome, dude. I really want to thank you for your time. We're thinking of doing a tour of NASA. He offered it, and I'm not going to pass that up, of JPL, because that doesn't come every day. We're going to throw up that video pretty soon. We're going to coordinate a tour, I think, at the beginning of the year. And 8 lucky people are going to get to go on this tour with us, and we're super excited about it. We're super grateful, and I can't thank Andrew enough for doing that and agreeing to be on the channel. So, guys, if you found this video useful, value, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Awesome, dude.
Thank you.